Right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there laboring of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And, here we go with another psyop. Us being the watchmen, we see all things, and they allegedly captured this middle-aged Jake, so to speak, and they can twist this narrative any way that they will, but like a lot of things that's going on here, and that they will basically make Jake the face of what they want to call terror. Jake has done more for less, so to speak. The reasoning that they will be using for Jake doing things as far as shootings and creating terror, and they're gonna ramp this up. The excuses that they use, we know through the spirit, man, that's not Jake's MO, so to speak, man. They pretty much can get more out of a story if it's on some so to speak, if he stepped on a sneaker or something like that. Like the pretty much the ghetto games, that Jake play in the hood, you get an arousal out of Jake from that type of situations than anything else, for them to try to basically, use whatever type of narrative that they feel, and we know that they can easily twist this and blame the ministry, man, but before I play this clip, I want to read the scripture, and I basically want to read this out of the NIV. Okay, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, and it says, "In order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his schemes." And we're not going to be outwitted by Satan. We're not going to be outwitted by any type of narrative that's put forth in front of us, because we see where they're going with this. We already know what's at stake. Esau Edom knows what's at stake, man. As far as him letting this ministry have free course. He knows that he has but a short time, and he has to put a kink in the work that the brothers are doing throughout the four corners of the earth, man, and is reaching of the elect. You see, he has to put a kink in it. He has to basically try to put a banana in the tailpipe, so to speak. And because this truth is growing, and this truth is basically uncovering the masterminds behind the NWO, man. You see, and we basically stand in their way, point blank, period. But I got a series of clips that I want to go through, and we're gonna just read this out through the spirit. So without any further ado, I'm gonna play this clip, and this is basically now when they had captured this individual. Okay, so now we're gonna see the whole bread and circus and theatrics that go along with this this narrative.
Search for the New York City subway shooter ending in an unexpectedly calm manner.
We were able to shrink his world quickly. There was nowhere left for him to run.
Police taking Frank James, who was recharging his phone on a busy Manhattan street, into custody without incident. The 62-year-old had slipped into the crowd and disappeared yesterday after opening fire on a subway car in Brooklyn, injuring 29 people and leading authorities on a full-scale manhunt encompassing several states. Bystanders capturing his arrest on camera, videos flooding social media.
I knew it was him, instantly, and I told my wife, I was like, "Sweetheart, we gotta go. The subway shooter's right behind us."
Lee Vasu is a local artist who owns a
few things, I picked up with that, man. The social media is basically a catalyst for, real time events that can go on, and I didn't hear the chaotic scene that would be for somebody shooting 33 times, and basically the firearm that he had was a simple 9mm Glock. So basically even the top notch magazine for that gun really does not even hold 33 shots. You saw Edom likes to deal with numbers, as we know. And he would basically would have to reload that gun a few times, okay? And they say the reason why he only stopped shooting is because it jammed, so to speak, But you would see through the videos and everything else that they show, you would see a lot more of a terror or panic. People were just fleeing out of the subway just for the simple fact of there just being smoke. We understand we're dealing with a carnal man. So Jake does more with less. As far as Jake doing any type of shooting or whatever else. But since this Esau Edom is a carnal man, he wants to pile on he had this in his bag. He had and it's always the same narrative, man. It's always the same narrative. We have somebody, an active shooter, and they left behind a backpack, and he had all kinds of fireworks and different types of things. And I mean, where are we going with this? It's coming to the point to where they put the same thing through the cycle, man. It's the same story, man. And evidently now, they're saying that he left behind a manifesto or what do you want to call it, through a social media link, But we see this individual here that said, that's the shooter right there. It's funny how, they already had the description of the guy before they caught him, so to speak, But let's continue.
Gallery, just blocks from where today's events unfolded. He says he recognized the suspect right away.
I kept my distance safely, but I did not let him out of my sight until I was able to tell a police officer that there he is.
I told him, guys, trust me, this is the guy.
Zach DeHaan, who is in a nearby store, says he spotted James and flagged down police.
I see the police walking from over there. I told the police, this is the guy. He did the problem in Brooklyn. This guy, catch him, guys, catch him. And he catch him. Thank God we catch him.
Authorities say it was a Crime Stoppers tip that led to James's capture. But in an almost unbelievable turn of events, they say he was the one who made that call.
He said to the police,
now which one is it now? Is the first individual that they showed spot him? Or did the guy that's saying, that's him catching? Or did this guy make the claim himself and say, you're looking for me? Which this guy's gonna state that they received a phone call from this guy James himself,
believe you're looking for me. He gave his location as a McDonald's, and that's where police were sent. Problem is, when they arrived, he wasn't there.
They start driving around the neighborhood looking for him. They see him on the corner of St. Mark's and First, and they take him into custody. No incident and take him into custody.
Frank, why those people?
Tonight, James is being held in federal custody, charged with terror-related offenses.
This was a combination of good police work and good luck.
Authorities laid out a detailed timeline of James' movements leading up to today's arrest. They say investigators poured over hours of surveillance video trying to piece together what happened, and that they began focusing on James after discovering the first bits of evidence on the subway platform, finding 2 bags, one containing fireworks, the other a Glock, tracing that gun back to James, who they say purchased the weapon legally in Ohio in 2011. Authorities say there were marks on the gun, attempting to deface the serial number and perhaps avoid connection with the firearm. They also recovered several bank cards belonging to James.
Criminals always make mistakes. Good detectives find those mistakes and turn them into evidence.
According to law enforcement, the day before...
That's true indeed. Criminals always make mistakes. Even a vagabond and a fugitive, okay, they make mistakes as well when they try to point a narrative, that sounds fishy, so to speak. You know, it's funny how how these stories is unfolding, because now it's getting new revelations on different things, and now it's becoming to where it's conflicting reports, man. You see, you know, and it's the same old tactic, bro. It's the same old tactic, man. You know.
The attack, James rented this U-Haul in Philadelphia with one of those cars. Surveillance cameras show that very same U-Haul crossing the Verrazano Bridge into Brooklyn hours before the shooting. Authorities say approximately 2 hours later, another surveillance camera captured a man believed to be James wearing a hard hat and that orange vest described by witnesses, and dragging a roller bag walking down the street. Police say this video, also part of the investigation, shows the suspect entering Kings Highway subway station prior to the shooting.
This station is 3 blocks from where we recovered the U-Haul truck that he rented in Philadelphia.
The attack on the Manhattan-bound N train unfolding at 8:26 a.m. as the train approached the 36th Street station. Authorities say James put on a gas mask, took a canister out of a bag, and opened it. This video, shot by one of the passengers.
They actually show him going into the subway at 6:12 a.m. Now, this incident didn't happen until 8:26 a.m. So you're trying to tell me that it took over 2 hours, okay, before this incident even happened? Okay? You know? See, this is the thing, man. You listen closely to what this damn devil says, man. You know? And we're looking at here a video of what's going on inside here. And where is the chaotic gunfire? Where is this happening?
Showing the smoke beginning to fill the train car. Then the suspect opened fire.
We have witnesses on the train who said he was sitting in the back corner of the second car and he popped the smoke grenade. And we have one witness who says, what did you do? He goes, oops, and then he pops the 2.
Where's the shooting at? Where's the shooting? Where's the shooting? Where at least we would hear some type of gunfire on somebody's social media account. We would see that. The people look like they were just fleeing from just smoke. You see? All right. But I want to speak about this whole thing to where, you know, they easily can make Jake the face of this terror, man. You know, and I'm not gonna play no more of this video. I want to shoot to another video that I want to show, and this is a epidemic that's really going on in all the hoods, you know, across Babylon, you know, and it's an uptick in these shootings, you know, and it seems like everybody and their mama has a gun, you know, and I want to play this clip, and then I'm gonna get further into what I'm trying to get at. Let's see.
They do not want you to hear this. Drivers are ditching their car insurance and doing this instead. A few simple...
Douglas County Sheriff's Office is continuing to look for a third suspect in the shooting death of 14-year-old Kyra Scott. And investigators arrested her 13-year-old brother and a 19-year-old. Both are charged with her murder. The sheriff says the 13-year-old was allegedly selling ghost guns. And then the 19-year-old and another suspect came to the home and stole one, causing the brother to open fire and accidentally shooting his 14-year-old sister, killing her. 11 Alive's Don White is in the studio with us tonight explaining why they're called ghost guns and why anyone can legally buy parts to make them. Don.
Well, ghost guns are untraceable firearms made from parts bought online. The Atlanta criminal defense lawyer that we spoke to for this story, he says you don't have to be of a certain age to buy the parts online.
And, you know, federal law right now does not control or cover ghost guns. And so no matter who you are, if you're a child, if you're a convicted felon, if you're a terrorist, you can go online and purchase these parts, get the parts, construct a firearm, even though it would have been illegal for you to possess that firearm if you went to the store and tried to.
And it's that simple, okay? And this is the reason why you see a lot of these jakes out there with guns, man. All right, because there's a loophole, all right, to where when you sell the gun separately, all right, it's not a federal offense. You can bypass any background checks, okay? Anybody can get their hands on it. All you need is a little money and buy the parts, and you put the gun together yourself. You see? So this is why these guns are untraceable, you know, and this is why, you know, brothers, you know, and yeah, man, you know, we have a heavy protection over us, man, because we know we have to deal with these streets, man, you know, as far as our comings and goings, man, and you know, we see that man, the tension is so thick, man, that you can cut it with a knife, man, you know, and this is going to be a wild summer, man. It's going to be a wild summer, and they can easily go ahead and now, because of unruly jakes out there, okay, with these ghost guns, they can easily now try to close up that loophole and basically go after legitimate gun owners, man. So this is a ploy that they can always use and they have in their back pocket, man, you know, but they're going to have to ramp this whole thing up, man, and they're not doing, the government's not doing enough to stop these ghost guns, man, because it's hard to stop, okay, because it's a big loophole, man, that they cannot really don't know how to really go about it, you know. So they basically are gonna have to outright just outlaw guns, man, you know. All right, this is something that they always wanted to do in the first place, though, man. But you're gonna have these unruly jakes, man, that's gonna spoil it for the good old boys, man. You know, they're gonna spoil it for Esau Edom's blessing, man. You know, for the everyday Joe Cracker, man. You see?
Purchase it. 11 Alive legal analyst Paige Pate says it's a federal crime to scratch off a serial number from a firearm. But there's a loophole with ghost guns, since they're made without a serial number and are sold as just parts.
Under federal law, the part for a firearm is not a firearm. And federal law only regulates firearms. Now, there's an exception if it's an automatic weapon. A part of a machine gun is still a machine gun. But for a regular firearm, a semi-automatic firearm, a part is not the firearm.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says
the whole thing in a nutshell, okay? Any semi-automatic weapon that you would see on the street, you can actually buy the parts and put it together yourself. You see? All right? And hey, and you know, and another thing with this whole situation that you see this whole hip hop culture trying to seep into the truth, man. You know, you got these rogue camps that are out there, you know, bringing firearms to camp, you know, and you know, and they can easily try to tie this into the ministry, man. You know, but let me pull a scripture real quick, man, because hey, man, you know, we see where this is going, man, and we see that they can easily, you know, put a narrative and twist it to where, you know, they could talk about the men that are out there signing crime, man, that they're going out there and committing these acts, man. You see? All right. But real quick, let me get 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. You know, and you know, we don't put a stumbling block in front of anybody, man, to you know, think that it's cool, or to go out there and think that taking up arms is the way to defeat Esau Edom. You know, that's not our MO, man. You know, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. You know, you see, all right, but we are pulling down the stronghold through reading this word, man. This word is what's really shaking things up, man. Okay. This word is what's really stirring the pot in the world, man. Okay, this word is what's really you know, getting things off and popping and basically in the with the war out there in Ukraine, man. Getting that whole sector of it stirred up, man. You know, we understand that Esau's moves that he's gonna make on American soil, on the people, you know. But we also the ministry in the prophecies is bringing forth that you know, the framework for the third towards war. You see, we see that brewing now, man. So we see everything all coming together, man, to the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You see, you know. But it says, but in all things, approving ourselves as ministers of the Most High, in much patience, in afflictions, and necessities, and distresses, man. You know. And you have to have patience in this truth, man. You know? Okay, this is not a race, it's a marathon, man. You know, and we have guys that came and went. You know, we had guys that came out fire out the gate. You know, and basically ran out of gas. You see, you know, this is a marathon, not a race, man. You know, okay. It's like a fine wine. You know, it gets better with time, man. You know, brothers, you know, are out there and over the time and speaking more. You get better with your craft. You know, you become a better speaker. You know, you become more learned in the ministry. You know, from the apostles and elders on down. You know, and them bringing out edification, and we go out there and basically the baton has been passed to we try to bring out videos of edification, man. You see, but it says, right, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, and in fastings, man. And you know, these things are need be to how we keep a sound mind within this ministry, man. You know, we may have to the situation to where we may have to go on a fast, man. We may be in a situation, you know, when we dealing with these tumults, you know, dealing with comings and goings of the world, man. You know, and basically dealing with the labors and everything else that we're doing, man. You know, and just trying to have that balancing act, so to speak, man. You know, you see, but it says, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, you know, and by pureness, what this word is pure, and the knowledge that we receive, man, and we have to be long suffering with these elements, man, these demons that are out here that's round about, man. You know, people coming up against this word, you know, people with the false doctrine, and we checking them on every level, man. You know, and that's part of that being that watchman, man. You know, not only warning the people, man, but when a particular camp may be going off, man, we check that as well. You see? But it says, by the word of truth, by the power of the Most High, by the armor of righteousness. You know, and the scriptures talk about us putting on the whole armor of Yahweh B'Shem Abishai, man. You know? All right? But we have that word of truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Abishai, man. You know? And teach the correct doctrine, man. You see? All right? And this is all going into where the ministry does not be blamed, man. You see? But it says, by the word of the truth, by the power of the Most High, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, you know? And they can easily conjure up an evil report, man. You know? They have done it in the past, man. And we persevered, man. You know, because why? It's because this is the Lord's movie, man. All right. When the Lord we know we're gonna know it's time in spirit when it's time for the Lord to shut the prophets up, man. You know, you see. But right now we calling these things out. You know, and Jake with these ghost guns is gonna be in the forefront of terror, man. Okay. All right. They're gonna basically ruin the party for all of the so-called respectable gun owners that went through the channels the right way and got the background check, you know, a model citizen, you know, homeowner, 2.5 kids, you know, just goes about his life but just wants to protect his home, you know, and Jake is gonna ruin it for everybody, so to speak, man. You know, Jake's gonna ruin, and that's basically they're gonna take it out. Esau's gonna be taken out of his blessing, man. You know, because Esau Edom is coming against Esau Edom, man. All right, and he's gonna try to pry these guns away from these people, man. You know, because of this whole thing, this pandemic going out of control, man. You see, all right. But it says, right, as deceivers and yet true, as unknown and yet well known. You know, and basically, we're basically unknown, but we're known, so to speak. You know, we've been, the scriptures talk about us not being pushed into a corner anymore, man. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers, man. When they turn to the right and turn to the left, you see? And they've been trying to put a blackball us for years, man. You know, but you know, and try to cover up this ministry, man. But it says, as unknown and yet well known, you know, and everybody has seen got a bit of who and what we're about, man. You know, and you know, Jake, you know, when you ask them, you know, they have their own different opinions about it, They feel some kind of way about it, you know. Some of it runs them the wrong way. Hey, but listen, man, it's a witness against you, man. You see? Because you hear this word, but you're not partaking in what the Lord is really prescribing for you, man. You know? You see? But it says, right? As unknown, yet well known, as dying, and behold, we live, you know? And people look at us as, when you look at it with us with a carnal eye, they see us on the highways and hedges, man, and they look at us a certain type of way, man. You know? All right? We live. We're alive within this dead place, man. Okay? All right? These dead bodies that are here, man. They're spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, man. Okay? We're those lively stones that's within that place, man. You see? It says, as chastened and not killed. You know, and the Lord doesn't put anything more than you can bear, man. You see? You know? As sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. You see? You know? Why? It's because we know what's going to be handed to us, man. As poor, yet making many rich. We're making many rich with this word, man. You know? This word is what makes us rich, man. And this is the good news. The gospel, man. You see? Right? And it says, and having nothing, and yet possessing all things, man. You know? And this is all we need is this word, man. This whole carnal way of what Jake is going and camps this whole hip-hop culture trying to seep into the truth. Nah, the Lord ain't with that, man. You see? The Lord ain't with that. You know? So the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. You know, but mighty of pulling down the strongholds, man, and just reading this word and doing this work, man. And we're seeing how this truth has grown, man. You see? All right? And you have to firmly believe in this thing, man. You know? We're seeing that the Lord is pasteurizing, man. You know, and basically building up his army, man. Spiritual army. You see? All right? But, you know, I want to close it out. But I want to just play a little bit more of this video and just get a little more edification on this whole thing of how Jake is going rogue, man, with these ghost guns, man. You know? And hey, the Lord, the Lord definitely got that holy angels protecting us, man, because, you know, I noticed that even a minor fender bender, you know, can go wrong quick. You see? Because Jake is emotional and they can't control their spirit, man. And everybody's really carrying these ghost guns, man. So that a situation that can be easily resolved can escalate very quickly, man. You know? You see? That's why you got to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, man. You know? And sometimes, man, you may have to give a soft answer, you know, to a situation, man, just to cool it down, man. You know, we have to have our head on swivel, man, and move accordingly, man, in the spirit, man. You see? You know, and don't get caught up in this thing, man. You know? But I'm going to play a little bit more of this video.
Brother had been making and selling the homemade weapons on the street. Now, some people may be wondering, could his parents face criminal charges?
There is a Georgia law called reckless conduct, and it can apply when a parent is so negligent that he or she is allowing things to happen in the house that could be criminal and that could ultimately hurt someone, and that's exactly what happened here.
Pate says it doesn't matter if a parent knew their child was making guns in the home.
You have a certain obligation as a parent to know what's happening in your house, especially with your kids. Because if the parent basically says, look, you know, whatever happens in that room, I don't know about, that's not good enough under Georgia law.
President Joe Biden proposed measures to curb gun violence in the spring. One of them would direct the ATF to classify gun kits as firearms. Public comment for that measure ended in August, but the agency still hasn't acted. Coming up at 6, Pate's message to parents.
All right, and that's about it, you know. And I want to close it out, you know. And you know, I hope this lesson was edifying, you know. And this is the reason why you see the uptick in violence. In the hood, and that's what they wanted, man. They want Jake. You know, the enemy has waited for me to destroy me, man. You know, that's the scriptures say. You know, but it's gonna come to the point to where people are gonna want to have protection, man, and they're gonna really give up their rights, man. You know, it's all part of the NWO plan, man. At the end of the day, man. You know. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, Salutations to the Akim out there laboring of the hopeful elect, doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.